Good evening. Yesterday, we talked about the power of forgiveness and how letting go of anger and resentment can bring peace to our minds and our bodies, and how forgiveness is a transformative act, that it frees us from any emotional burdens and it allows us to begin healing and it helps us to attain growth in our life. And so building on that today, we're going to talk about another powerful tool for personal healing and fulfillment, which is giving to others. Now, giving back to others is really important, whether you do this through acts of kindness, through volunteering, simply being there for someone in need. Giving back isn't just about helping others. It's also a way to heal and strengthen your own mental health. Here's why giving back is so impactful. So one of the reasons that it's impactful is because it helps to boost your mental health. So helping others, it releases a feel-good hormone like dopamine. Dopamine is often called the helper's high because it helps to improve our mood and it combats stress. So simply by doing acts of kindness for other people, it helps to combat stress in our own life, and it also helps to improve our mood. It helps us to feel really good to reach out and to help someone else. It can also reduce feelings of isolation or sadness by creating meaningful connections with others. It helps to build purpose and perspective in our life. And so giving back sometimes can provide a sense of purpose. It reminds us of the value of life. It reminds us of the value of people. It reminds us of how important it is to just simply be kind to others and how it can really mean a lot to somebody and just what a difference it can make. It also shifts the focus from our personal struggles to a broader view of life, helping to put challenges into perspective. When we do things to help other people, we can take the focus off of the day-to-day stress that we may feel. And it also helps us to have gratitude, to think about sometimes the people that we're helping, whether it's helping them financially or whether it's helping someone find a job or whether it's doing an act of kindness for someone. It helps us to realize that, wow, the things that I'm feeling like my life is in shambles, but there's somebody like really going through some things that are very serious. And so it also encourages gratitude. Assisting others often reminds us of the blessings in our own lives, fostering gratitude and contentment. It also helps to foster forgiveness, and it helps us to be more empathetic. So engaging with others, especially those who are struggling, can help us to feel more empathetic to the needs of others. It also becomes easier to see people's actions from a place of understanding, which can make forgiveness feel more attainable. Because sometimes forgiveness, as we talked about yesterday, can feel like sometimes like it's out of reach. Also, giving back is another form of self-care. It's important to remember that giving back and self-care do go hand in hand. Taking care of yourself ensures that you have the emotional energy and resilience to help others, that you are at your best to be able to help others, that you are at peace, that you are relaxed, that you have joy, and being able to give that to others. By balancing self-care and acts of service, you not only protect your well-being, but you also enhance your ability to give authentically and effectively to others. So when we give to others with a generous heart, we do create a cycle of goodness, and it flows back into our lives in unexpected ways. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 19:17 that whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. God calls us to care for the poor. He calls us to be generous to those who don't have, trusting that he sees our acts of kindness no matter how small those acts are. And it's not our role to judge how someone will use the help that we give them. What matters is the intent behind the gift. One day I was in downtown Atlanta with my son and I gave a homeless man $5. And my son was like, "Ma, what is he really going to do with $5? And I was like, that's all the cash that I have. And he might already have some money, or someone else may come along after me and give him money to make up the difference." And so we don't know if he was just $5 short of what he really needed. So for me as a person to say, well, I only have $5 and that's not enough, so I'm not going to give it to him, that just it's not the right thing to do. We give what we have. When we see someone in need and we can supply that need, we give it to that person. And so no amount is too small. Even when we give out of our limited resources, God honors our generosity. In Mark 12 and 41 through 44, Jesus praises the widow who gave 2 small coins, saying she gave more than anyone else because she gave all she had. And so whether it's $5, a warm meal, or a kind word, your act of generosity can make a big difference. It can make a bigger difference than sometimes we may even realize. Sometimes people are really ready to give up. Sometimes people are really feeling like they're in a place where they just don't know what else to do. And so when we come along and we speak life into them, or we give to them out of what we have, and we're generous towards them, that can have a big impact on not only that person's day, but also on their life. And so we want to be able to care for ourselves. We want to be able to give back to others. We are participating in God's work of spreading love and hope when we give to others. And these acts of connection and compassion and generosity, they don't only transform our life, the person who's giving, but it also transforms the lives of others. It helps to enrich their lives. And sometimes we can create a ripple effect of goodness, and we give glory to God when we give to those that do not have. And in turn, we can make a difference in the life of somebody else. And so I would just encourage people, not only during this holiday season, but every day, to just give back, because it has so many benefits and blessings, not only for the person that we're giving to, but also for us, because God has called us to be generous, and it does wonders for our mental health. It gives us purpose. It encourages us to be grateful for what we have, and it also allows us to be empathetic for others. And so I hope you are encouraged to give to someone today. If you see someone on the street and they don't have anything, or they're asking for money, or they have a sign, whatever you have, just give it to somebody else and be generous with other people. That is so important. And so I hope you have a great night, and thank you for joining me.